Hey, people. It is episode 49 of Making It Up As We Go. It's me, Ryan. And this is Sean. Hi, Sean.
Hey.
And this is Paul. How's everybody doing this evening?
Wonderful.
Good.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
We're
keeping. I think you need to print another one, Paul.
I think I need like two more.
Yeah. Well, scaling it up 105% didn't work.
I still got to get some cushion in there, you know?
Yeah.
I
So you might as well go like 115.
Yeah. Or 115, 120.
Yeah. Good times. Good times. Well, obviously Paul's been working on something. So the mystery has been solved on what you were starting to print last week.
Yes. And it is the Skyrim Iron Helmet. So
it looks
That's
cool.
looking good.
Yeah, the only problem I had was some shrinkage or something. Didn't fully seal, but hey, you know what? Nothing some putty can't fix.
Yeah.
So
it's not a 3D printed helmet without some filler in it.
Yeah. So
did you do PET G or PLA or ABS?
PLA. All
and it shrunk. Interesting.
Yeah. That or I didn't hold it down properly. You know. We're gonna go with shrunk. I didn't make a mistake. But I kept seeing them going around on Facebook. So it's those pillow holders.
Nice. That looks good.
Yeah. And it was relatively fast to print. And I mean, it's only, I think I did 7% infill. So.
Wow. Yeah, that looks cool. I the one that keeps showing up on mine is for the iPhone. And but yeah, the with the controller, it looks awesome.
Klingon or Romulan? That's Klingon, isn't it?
Yeah, Klingon Bird of Prey.
Okay.
So
Sweet.
One piece? One print?
It is 2 pieces.
Okay.
Very cool.
So, and there's more, but hey, those were the fun ones.
Very cool. That's awesome. What about you, Sean? What have you been working on?
A lot of chores, actually.
I tell you what, your camera looks really good today.
Believe it or not, I went back to my old Logitech.
Yeah.
I picked up a couple, but let's see here. I am in the process. Well, I did do this. We got.
Oh yeah, the Voltec. Yeah.
The Voltec sign.
That looks cool.
That turned out really good. I'm really happy with it. Colors worked out great.
Yeah.
Love the Home Depot spray paint.
So is that just what'd you use for it? Is it MDF or plywood or what?
That is actually MDF.
Okay.
I took a 2x3 sheet, split it in half, did half for the backer and half for the lettering.
Sweet.
So it stands out. It gives that 3D effect too.
Very cool.
And then, of course, keeping within the theme, let's see if I can find it here. I am working on the Red Rocket of all names, the truck stop, the gas station, and you see it both in the game and also
on the show.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's cool.
Yeah, it's been a fun project.
Yeah.
It's still working on it.
You got any pictures of it or nothing yet?
There we go. You got to hit, transition.
There you go.
So we got the rock. It's actually like 1/4 scale or 1/24 scale. So it'll also work with like G gauge.
Cool.
That'll
be neat.
Where am I?
Yeah, that'll look cool with a railroad thing.
Oh yeah. And
Oh,
there's the trim work. It's getting printed right now.
sweet.
I love how fast this machine is. And the supports. It's a game changer. Going from, okay, don't get me wrong, I love the Ender. I still think it's a great printer to start with. But this thing, when it knocks out like the tree support,
Mm-hmm.
they literally just about fall off and
Wow.
leave no marks. Let's see, I should change. Where's my main? Oh, I lost my main. Oh, that works. It's kind of hard to tell, but there is zero residue from supports on this one.
Wow.
And no stringing, none whatsoever.
Sweet. Looks good.
And then that will sit up on top.
Holy cow, that thing's going to be huge.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure Robert will love it.
Yeah. That's awesome. Let's see here. Checking the comments out real quick. It looks like Rob's on his last day of vacation. Very, very good. Well, thanks for spending it with us, buddy. Appreciate that. Dan, did you get my email? Dan, I haven't checked my email here recently. It's been kind of a crazy week or so. So I have not checked email, so I will check it after the show's over, and see what you got there. So thanks for sending it. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Know Your Joe says the Futurama ship is slick.
That was awesome. A fun one.
Oh yeah, Dennis must be talking about your helmet. It should look good with that beard. Yeah, very cool. And Wade saying, and that's from a Creality K1 Max.
The Max, yeah, the big boy.
Yeah. So very, very cool. Did you see that they were doing a pre-order for the new one?
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, I could. Yeah, if I would have held out 2 weeks.
Not necessarily though, because like they
offered 200.
they had a 50% off sale or whatever, but it was only for 200 units, and those were gone within seconds.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, so the chances of getting one like that are probably pretty slim.
And then Bamboo had their 2-year anniversary sale.
Yeah.
And with all the rumors of them coming out with the bigger machine, everyone's gonna be like, I got my machine cheap, and then they're gonna be like, we have a new one bigger.
Yep.
I almost was like, do I need? Yes, I want one, but do I need a second machine?
Not yet.
Like for me, this one here, that'll be mine for quite a while. I don't think I need a second one yet. I mean, I'd love, like you say, I'd love to have one, but not yet.
Yeah, the need to have an extra one is, you have to justify it.
I can justify this fast.
Yeah, very true. You could just print stuff a whole lot faster. So.
Yeah, because I'm finding a lot of my prints are 2 or more plates.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so I'm like, cool, go to bed and have 2 machines done in the morning.
Yep. Yep. That's what we call impatience.
No.
Just think about how long it would take for the old machine to work for you.
But see, I don't have that basis. Like mine is, my old machine is 8-10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't, it's just, I can't wait that long.
Good times. I hear you, buddy. I hear you. I'm looking forward to hopefully getting another machine in here. So seeing what a different machine can do. For me this week, like I said, things have been kind of crazy. I was actually doing real work type stuff. So been working on a ground mounted solar array for this guy. And one of the channels that I like to watch on YouTube is called RR Buildings. They do, pole barns and stuff like that. And I always am so envious of their ability to dig, because they'll show up to do a 50 by 80 foot pole barn, and they will lay out the stuff, call the trucks to come in with concrete, and they haven't even put anything into the ground yet. and they will just go sink the augers into the ground, pull out these giant holes, and just move on to the next one, and they're done in like a half an hour. And meanwhile, I'm trying to dig a 12-inch round hole to go down. One of them was supposed to be 33 inches deep, and the other one was supposed to be 66 inches deep or something like that. The first two holes I tried, I could not go any further than 20 inches. Just rock, all kinds of rock. And to where I almost gave up at that point. I was like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? So I went to the other side, because there's only 10 holes. And I'm looking at, and I started at what should have been the easy side, which is further away from the rocks that you could see coming out of the ground. And, so I go to the other side, and I'm able to go down like 4 feet, and before I hit all the rock. And so I just had my structural engineer say, yeah, he's deep enough. He doesn't need to go any more than that. So been doing that, and then trenching and all kinds of crap. I mean, I was even out there today. We were trying to fill in the trench. It's been a hellacious mess. For such a small solar array, it's been a lot of problems. But oh well, it is what it is. It's what I signed up for. But besides that, yeah. So I really haven't worked in down here, as you can tell, because it's a crap hole right now. But hopefully this week we can get some stuff knocked out. It'll be good. But anyway, let's start. Let's get moving with some fun stuff then. The first thing I wanted to bring up is our buddy Cody. Cody is coming out with a new bit, and it's a zero flute bit, and so he's looking for names for the Ginny bit. So go over there. If you go onto his onto the Facebook page, he just put up a thing a little while ago asking for names to be a possible contender for the new Ginny bit.
Oh, Jenny.
I said Jenny gives zero flutes.
It is a zero flute bit.
Jenny has no flutes to give. It will not be chosen, but it is funny. So go over there anyway, and try to help Cody pick name for the new zero flute Ginny bit. That'd be awesome. That'd be very awesome of people. Let's see. All right. Well, let's get moving here. Our buddy Hamilton, he, as always, he's putting out a new video every Friday. This week's was a pretty cool video on a big bowl, 8-quarter walnut bowl that he made. And man, his hair is getting long. It's really flowing. He went through that stage of where you just probably want to just cut it off, and he fought through it, and now he's on the other side, and now he has long flowing locks. So good for you, Hamilton. So
I'm jealous.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was a good video on it, and he talks about making some mistakes and all that good stuff on there. So go check his video out on that. All right, let's see here. Let's get started with Mr. Dave Gatton. Hello, Mr. Gatton. Dave got a dust boot shootout with his little machine that he's been working with, and it was pretty interesting. I thought it was pretty. I didn't really know what to expect when I figured the one with that was stuck to his spindle would work better than the other one, and it didn't at all. It's brought it out a whole bunch more dirt and dust and all that good stuff on the test pieces, and I was hoping, and I'm wondering, I haven't talked to him about it, but I wonder if Dave would make his own dust boot for this thing and see if it did better. He did say at the end of the video that the bottoms of the two dust boots were interchangeable, and so I think he's going to try to see if the longer bristles will help with that, with the new dust boot or something like that, and all that good stuff. But yeah, interesting. So go watch Mr. Dave Gatton's video. Oh yeah, while I'm thinking about it, any of the videos that we talk about, they're all in the description. So if you want to go check them out, you can use the link there. It just takes you to their video. And if you do, I was thinking about it. If you put a comment down in the bottom there, or in their thing saying that, hey, we came here because we were watching Making It Up as we go. That'd be very cool of you. We would appreciate it. It would help the channel grow. So Mr. Gatton's out there in the chat, so he knows that everybody that watches his videos is not from watching the show. No, I don't know why. Like when I did the thumbnails for this, like 13 hours later, and it says he has no views. It's like I don't understand why it shows that, because there definitely was views on it.
Oh yeah.
They've had some issues with view counts lately.
Yeah. So that's what I'll blame my videos on. It's a YouTube problem.
Yeah.
So, but
hey, Thomas said I was having I guess I was off mic. Am I?
Oh yeah, you're loud now.
I'm better. Too loud, or need to go down?
A little bit.
All right.
But you sound good, Doug.
Oh,
you're fine, sir. All right. Well, moving on here then. We got Engineering Unleashed. So this one came out a little more than a week ago, but it's nuts. It's a 5-axis 3D printer. The thing I think was the funniest part about watching it all is that the build plate, I mean, is like this big around. It's this little itty bitty build plate, but it's what a machine this guy's built. It's rotating all kinds of different directions and stuff, and going to town. So it's a pretty interesting watch of what he's had to do to make this whole thing function. But pretty neat. I like how that the gantry like will swing out and stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see what this guy does next with this thing. Puts a bigger build plate on it or something. I don't know.
But I mean, because it can tilt like that, I guess you can go larger than your build plate.
I mean, I suppose
not a lot, but you can still go bigger.
You don't have to worry about overhangs.
No.
Yeah. I mean, well, evident with the things that he was doing, it was pretty crazy. But
and then the coding part.
Oh, that makes my brain hurt. just having to try to figure it out. Oof. It's pretty wild though. I enjoyed watching it. I like how he's got all the stuff zip tied together. I was like, all right, he's like a real dude. We're just gonna zip tie this shit.
Next version will be duct tape.
Yeah, right. but not just duct tape, but like colored duct tape.
Duct
So
tape,
he'll
yeah.
actually go buy one that's a actual color on it. Yeah, we got got a few things here. Where are we at? Where are we at? Oh, Jerry over there is asking Sean, "Where's your blue shirt?"
In a wash.
He didn't get the memo. So, let's see here.
Actually, I could take care of that.
Technically, it's a call in the letter O flute, not a number 0 flute. I really don't understand how they're different. Well, I don't know either, but it's all
They're
good.
great for acrylic.
Yeah.
Yes. Plastics.
Let's see here. Solar stuff. Darren is asking Sean, what's the dryer over your shoulder?
Of all dryers. That's the fixed dry.
Very
From a 1 to 10, I'm gonna say I'll give it a. I'm gonna be nice. Yeah, a 5, a 6.
What's funny is that
nice.
it's actually over the shoulders of both of you guys.
Yeah.
So pretty funny. All right. Let's see here. All right, get back here. Where are we at? James Dean. This video came out earlier today, and was pretty interesting. It's using Carveco to do textures, and it was pretty neat. The way that I've never used Carveco, so but trying to get the he walks you through the whole process of making making a custom texture to put into a piece, and he actually makes he says in the video that he made a file pack of like 150 different profiles that you can use, and I think it's like $8 or something like that. If you watch the video to the end, there might be a discount code, so you'd have to watch it if you want to figure that out. But I thought it was pretty cool. He's using a Jenny, like the one that's in the picture here. He's using a Jenny Bulbit to make that texture there. I like the textured backgrounds. You guys ever done any textured stuff with your CNC stuff?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, I did a sign for my in-laws actually, and that's just once. But it's kind of the same. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's part of VCarve.
Yeah, I know that they have VCarve has a plugin or whatever for it, and I always like the way they look. I haven't done it, but I do like the way that it looks on in the background of a sign. I think it just gives it a little more oomph to it.
I was thinking of how to do that with oh my gosh, I forgot that software. Just because you can really easily with Pixel CNC.
Yeah.
And just being able to make gradients to do that.
Oh yeah.
That's what it got me thinking.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be very cool. All right. Well, so go check that. It's a good video. He walks you through how like he helps you understand how to make the textures and stuff like that. Even like on a line, like on the perimeter of a circle, stuff like that. It's pretty neat. It's a good explanation of how it is and how you can come to making something like this. So, especially if you use Carbide Creator, or I think that's what it was, yeah, or Carcode Maker.
Yeah.
Software would be definitely worthwhile watching. So, sweet. All right, so let's move on then to Greedy 3D. So I thought this was a fun video. He does a lot of props and stuff. He makes a lot of droids for Star Wars, stuff like that. And in this one, I guess he had been getting questions about a alien rifle that was in the background of one of his videos or something. So he decided to make another one, and it's a file that's off of Thingiverse, and from the Alien franchise. And I thought it was pretty cool. It was a good looking blaster. The thing I found most interesting, though, is that the algorithm really tried to hide this video for some reason. Like when I was going to get this thumbnail, it was way down. Like usually I'll put in, I get my list of the videos that I've watched and all that, and I go back to go get, make this little thumbnail thing. And usually when you put in, the name of the channel, their newest video shows up right at the top. So like it might not be the very first one, but it's like might be 2 or 3 down will be the newest one. But this one was like 30 or 40 down on the list, and it's only 3 days old. So I was like, the algorithm got him with the blaster, or that he has rifle in the title or something like that. And but pretty cool model. It'd be fun to put together and throw up on the wall. I guess the model is not 100% perfect, and you do have to. He had to modify a few things to get stuff to fit right. There was a couple pieces that he had to make like 3% bigger, and then he also like somewhere on the buttstock or something, somewhere back in there, he actually had to like cut a piece out to get it to fit properly. But it's pretty cool looking.
That is wicked.
Pulse rifle, and he did a good job. I thought his weathering technique was interesting because he weathered his kind of opposite from what I see of the other people weathering theirs. Like what you'll find most of these makers do when they want to weather their prop, they'll paint it silver first, and then they'll put some kind of like rubber cement or some other masking medium on it, and then do the other colors. And then as it's all dried, then you can kind of take off the rubber cement stuff, and it makes it look like it's worn and back down to bare metal. But the way that he did it was he did all the painting and then came in with a brush, or I'm sorry, a sponge or something.
Brush.
Yeah, and dry brush the silver onto it. And I think either way really works really well if you're just using it as a background thing. You looking at what he made there, I really couldn't tell a difference of the way that it appears. I'm sure if you are seeing it close,
awesome prop. Not just that, but like for cosplay, for the
cosplayers
out there, that'd be great.
Yeah,
display up on the collection of rifles or blasters. Let me rephrase that. Yeah. So,
but yeah, it was he did a good job putting it together. It was pretty neat that a model that detailed is hanging out on Thingiverse. So good, free to use. So if you want a cool prop for your room or to scare the neighborhood children, don't do that. But there are bad people that might break into your house, and if they saw that thing hanging on the wall, I think they'd turn around and go the other direction. They don't need to know it's not real. Just the police do. So don't point it at anybody that is not a bad guy. So, all right, moving on here. Mandic Labs. He had a cool video this week. Well, I guess a couple weeks ago. The Positron. So the Positron is a really cool printer. It is very small. I'm looking around to see if I have one handy. Not a Positron, but they made it to, you could put it all down and flat pack it basically, and it will fit into a filament box for 3D filament. So it's like like a 4x8 box it would fit into, and it's kind of cool. Pretty neat little machine. I mean, personally, I think it's more gimmicky than anything else. Like I wouldn't. Nobody is going to buy that just as a machine, their first machine to have, and to use for, I don't know, production of something. They're going to have it for, I think anyway, I think they would have it as a fourth or fifth printer probably. I don't know, because the what is kind of, it's not gimmicky, but its gimmick is that it prints upside down. So the if you're looking straight down here, you see the z-axis, right? And then you're seeing the bed first, and then underneath of that is the nozzle and everything. So the nozzle will just sit there and move around flat, and then the bed raises as it's building. And so it does take some lack of gravity to not pull stuff off of that bed, I would think. But it's pretty cool though. I mean, it looks insanely well built. I guess they're doing some they're doing a pre-order for it right now. I forget who's building it or producing it. I want to say like LDO or something like that. But anyway, yeah, even the motherboard is custom made for that machine, because it's got to fit into a specific spot, and they don't have the real estate available to have the traditional one. It's like made into a triangle to fit in the corner of the build plate or the base or whatever. So, but it's a pretty cool little machine. Definitely worth checking out to see what it does.
It would be cool for people doing who are doing those craft fairs and everything.
Yeah,
it'd be good for them as get people to stop and be like, wait, because it is printing
upside
down.
Yeah,
a good way to get people to stop, and then can pack it up. And because what do you say, 5 minutes or?
Yeah, it very short time frame to get it set up and going. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I dig it. I mean, if it wouldn't be anybody's first printer. like I think you need to know what's going on to have that thing, but it's pretty sweet. I think a lot of people in the 3D printing community, they get different printers just to have something different, and that thing is, the positron is definitely different.
Yes.
The engineering that goes into that thing to get it to fit into the size that it does is crazy. The build plate's glass, but it's got like the heater embedded into the glass. All that stuff. It's pretty wild. I dig it. But we'll keep an eye out on it. Oh yeah, a minute and 44 seconds from box to powering it on.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and it comes with I guess it comes with a kind of what are those Pelican case to put it in, because yes, of course it can fit into a filament box, but it comes with a Pelican case, so you don't have to pack it like an animal. It's pretty cool though. Pretty cool. All right, moving on here. Send cut send. Do you guys ever see videos about send cut send? I watch a lot of car stuff, and send cut send is like a lifeline to a lot of these car guys. Because they can, you design something, you send it to these guys, and they'll cut it out of whatever material you want and send it back to you. And so they get, random brackets for motor mounts or anything. These guys can, you send them the design and they'll produce it and send it right back to you. They haven't been around all that long either. Probably 5 years, I'm guessing. I don't know. But that's about the length of the time that I've been hearing about them. And in that time, at least in the last 5 years, man, these guys have grown, because this video is like machine porn.
Yeah.
It is nuts, like the machines that these people have access to. I mean, all the different CNCs, because they can cut wood, they can cut metal, they can do carbon fiber, they can powder coat, they can anodize, they can, I mean, anything you want them to do, they can do. And it's pretty wild, the what goes into it. But the machinery that these guys have is just nuts. I love it. The
It's like,
automation.
let me play in the shop for just one day.
Yeah, I know, right? Just let me walk around. I don't even need to
Yeah.
do anything. Just let me walk around, and you can
That'd
clean
be
up
cool.
after me, because I'll break some stuff, because I want to mess with it. Yeah, it's pretty cool though. That's a big shop. So I like how it's really like a warehouse. I mean, it's huge. Well, yeah, they have water jets, fiber lasers, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, there's a laser for you.
Yeah. Look at that thing. That thing's a monster. And it do some damage. So pretty cool though. All right. Moving on then. So this is big news. Our friends over there at Rapid Change ATC, they got the Gerbil going.
Nice.
I need to watch the video again, because I had watched it all the way through, but I was halfway distracted when I was watching it. But he goes through the whole setup and configuration of it with using G-Sender. And so like the first thing I'm thinking in my head, okay, I got to download G-Sender, which is something I've been wanting to do anyway, but I hadn't done it yet. But need to get G-Sender going, and then Rapid Change ATC to the CNC. So does a good job. Walks you right on through how to do everything. Shows it all functioning and working, and even like what happens if you don't have a tool in the slot that you're telling it to go to. It'll come up with like an error message, because it knows that it didn't do anything, which I thought was pretty sweet. So, I think this one is what is going to sell a crap ton of these ATCs, is being able to do it with Gerbil. And I'm looking forward to that. That's awesome. Very, very cool. So, all right. Moving on. This is the one that I meant to talk about, this one last week. And for whatever reason, this thumbnail thing wasn't there for me to remember, because believe it or not, I'm not working off of notes. I have all my thumbnails on a list here, and I go ahead, click through them. So if it doesn't show up there, I don't remember to talk about it. But anyway, the charcuterie boards. The guys over there at CNC Labs were doing a demo on upping your game on making charcuterie boards, and it was pretty good. They were doing it with like live edge wood, and kind of getting some natural curves in some of the wood pieces that they were using, and how to up your game from like a basic one to an intermediate and to an expert style. And so the board on the left in the thumbnail here, they cut it out. That was the first thing they did, and then they did an engraving on it, which was everything's Gouda Brie, all right. Yeah, it was the cheese puns. And so they did some resin. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
They did resin inlay on the lettering, and then they did the board on the right, which is the most advanced one, because it has a 3D carving of some cheese blocks on the board itself. So pretty cool. Good projects. Look like you could probably charge quite a bit for those style charcuterie boards. And it looks tasty.
Mhm.
Makes me
That
hungry.
it does.
Yeah. Makes me hungry. And then the last big thing to talk about today was the FLSun S1, which is a new 3D printer that came out or is coming out, and they are sending it to all the usual people in the 3D printing world. And so it's a crazy Delta printer. Lost in Tech got one. I haven't watched this video yet, but I will. He usually does a good video, produces a good video, so it'll be a good one. Also, Nathan's Build Robots has one, and I always find his videos to be entertaining. YGK3D also has one. This is the first video that I saw on it. Sean, you saw this one too, right? And
Yes.
that's how big that machine is. I mean, it's like 4 feet tall. It's huge.
Now that's one I'd love to get my hands on.
It's crazy big.
And fast.
Even an hour ago, Uncle Jesse was doing a live stream on an unboxing on one. But that's the box for the thing. It's a monstrous printer.
Yeah.
We were looking at the build volume of it earlier. So for those that don't know, this thing is a Delta printer. So what a Delta printer is, it basically you have 3 motors and arms that come down to a spot, and it moves around on those motors. Compared to like an Ender 3, that's what we consider a Cartesian machine, where there's one motor for X, one motor for Y, one motor for the Z. Or the bamboo style is considered a Core XY, which there's a Z that moves, and then there's the X and Y are slaved together and work together to move around. The Delta printer, all 3 motors are always working together to print and to do all the movements. So it's a pretty cool machine to watch. I don't think it's a real efficient space-wise machine. And I think that's why this thing is 4
Pretty
feet
huge.
tall.
Yeah,
It's
the
got
cooling motor is just intense.
Yeah, it's got a CPAP motor for the cooling, which I want to explore that some at some point here, because they're becoming more popular. But I'm assuming it's like a regular CPAP machine motor, like for
Looks like fun.
nighttime breathing. I'm guessing that's what it really is. Maybe that's why they call it a CPAP. I don't know. I haven't looked into it enough.
The neat thing is how it automatically adjusts for the speed that you're printing. If you're printing slow, it slows down the airflow. Then if you start really progressing, it speeds up.
Ramps up and goes hog wild.
Yep.
Now, this thing it's saying though that you can print like up to 1,000 millimeters a second, which I don't.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me with the Delta.
Yeah. I mean, they're definitely more known for their speed, and FLSun is really like, I don't know, they're kind of like Mazda with the rotary engines. Like nobody else does rotary engines, but Mazda continues to mess with the rotary engine, and FLSun kind of is like that with Delta printers. So it's they do a lot, all Delta printers. But their build volume on this thing is 320 millimeters. So it's a circle, 320 millimeters, and has a Z of 430. So it's got a huge height build plate or build volume. But that's part of the reason why it's like 4 feet tall. But it's a pretty cool looking machine. It'd be nice to see one of those in action. But it pretty neat. Like the upper bin up in top, I guess because it's kind of useless space, they made it for a filament dryer and all that for the machine and stuff, and it's pretty wild. I dig it. I'd like that. My son wants a Delta printer. When we went to that thing last year, he was like, I want a Delta printer. It's like, I know you do, buddy. They're pretty neat looking. I don't know anything about them.
The basics are the same.
Yeah. Pretty neat looking though. I mean, they go hog wild, but this thing, that thing gonna move. That's for sure. So pretty neat. We'll see how that one winds up. But yeah, you can see that thing moving around. That's so cool. And when Nathan in his video, he does the 8-minute benchy. It has an 8-minute benchy in it. And it didn't look bad. Like it was pretty decent. Probably mostly because of that CPAP machine or fan in it.
The cooling. Just
cooling it down so fast so it could rock and roll. So, but yeah, pretty neat. Good machine. It'll be fun to watch people do some stuff with that. Pretty wild.
I would not say no to one of those.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. And then the last video I got for us this week, it's kind of a touching base with a former, now for something completely different. And we've talked about him a few times over the past months. It's a super fast Matt. So just as an update, yes, he's now jumping the Viper. So his off-road Viper is running, it's driving, and he took it out into the desert and was climbing hills with it and jumping it and doing all kinds of stuff to it. So pretty wild. Fun machine. He's figured out some stuff. It does really good donuts in the dirt. It's very fast.
If you're gonna do something with a Viper, this is what you do with it.
You go after it. Yeah. So he still has some more stuff he wants to do to it. Like the rear end is not complete, like the rear body stuff. I think he wants to cover up the side pipe some. Stuff like that. Add rear tires, spare tires to the back trunk.
Oh, I thought that was so he could do wheelies.
Oh, his wheelie bars.
I wouldn't doubt it. You can do it. But it's pretty sweet. Yeah. Who wouldn't want to have an off-road Viper? Like Hot Wheels needs to make this car. Like they need to add that to the collection because that's a unique vehicle. Nobody else has that. There was actually 3D printing in this video though. And he did a switch panel, and I think he did it out of PLA because it warped like as it was sitting in the heat of the car. So yeah.
He didn't watch Dave's video.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Lots of fun. Let's see here. Let's jump back in check the comments out and see if anybody has anything that they wanted to check out here that we need to check out here. Oh yeah. Jerry's be careful what you show on live streams, even fake ones. Yep. Well, thankfully it wasn't a real one. It's just a piece of plastic. So we'll tell that to the ATF and everybody else because that's what it was. But yeah, it did make me completely like, I'm like, oh, YouTube's burying this thing already, even though it's not a real weapon. How far down on the stuff it was pretty interesting. Let's see here. Let's see here.
This is pretty bad that you got to wipe the dust off of it. Okay, Fallout's not a new thing. I mean, Fallout's been around a while.
Yeah.
And Now, if you go on Thingiverse, you can look for the Thirst Blaster.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's awesome.
I designed this up a few years ago. So I modeled this was like one of my first models in Fusion.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it is dusty.
Oh, so you put that on Thingiverse?
Yeah, this is available on Thingiverse.
Nice.
So,
Very cool.
So yeah.
how'd you get all the, was that just sanding to get it all smooth? Because that looked really smooth. Or was that ABS and did you?
No, actually, it's kind of hard to see. It's pretty smooth. I did a filler primer on this one. I didn't go all out. I mean, if you the camera's
Okay, yeah.
sit around the fence.
Yeah.
On the back. But still, I mean, I call it the 3-foot rule. You can't see it in 3 foot.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
There you go.
Yeah.
And on camera, it looks like,
Looks like molded plastic.
yeah. I was going to say one of those 1950 toys,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like the phaser guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the sparklers.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I remember those.
Pull the trigger,
Very
shot
cool.
sparks.
It's
a fun design.
Yeah, I might have to go print that out. All right, let's see here. Know Your Joe says, I would suppose the advantage is no drooping on long, thin structures as gravity is working in your favor. Talking about the positron. I would agree with you, but I don't think so because you're still going to have bridging. So, when you're printing normal style, the stuff is going to droop when you're doing the bridging. And that's going to happen, I think, too, with the with the positron, but that could actually cause a problem because you're drooping into the nozzle. You're not drooping away from the nozzle. So I don't know. It could be that actually could become more of an issue, but I don't know. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Wade said they got the original Onefinity going too. Yes, talking about the rapid change. Yeah, because it's actually a Raspberry Pi Gerbil based controller on those. So, anybody know what the FLSun costs? Let's see.
1,003.
Yeah,
and then 2,000 Canadian. Thank you, Wade.
And if you're on the other side of the world, down where you guys are, I don't know. You can only have the positron because the positron will print right side up for you guys. No.
Click.
Let's see here. There we go. Cool. All right. So it looks like we've caught up pretty good. Whatever it was, Harry agrees with me. So I appreciate you, Harry. I don't remember what it was in reference to, but that's all good. At least somebody does. My wife does not. Wait until she finds out about the other golf cart I got. That's a start for a day.
Inquiry minds want to know.
Yeah. Oh, Harry's talking about the bridging. Yes. Yeah. So, all right. So we'll talk about that. Cool. All right. Well, that's good. Well, let's. I guess we'll wrap it up then for the evening. And Mr. Paul, you got anything for us before we get out of here?
No.
dhammermaker.com, of course.
Yeah, have some new designs up, but pretty much have a good weekend. Be safe, relax, take it easy, let the stress out. I think everyone's kind of had a stressful week, so just remember to take care of your mental health and take some time to relax.
Yeah. Yeah. Good times. All right, let's see. Mr. Sean, what about you, sir?
All right. Well, if you are in Des Moines this weekend at Pleasant Hill Library, the DSM Des Moines track, we have a setup set up there, and you can go check it out. You can also go check out the Facebook page. Let's see if I can find it. Just look up Des Moines T-Track, and you should be able to find it.
Sweet.
But it's of course over today, but tomorrow until I think about 3:00 will be set up.
Very cool.
Some beautiful modules there.
Yeah, it looked like it from the photos. Very cool. Let's see here. Know Your Joe said, left a word out. I suppose the advantage is no drooping on long, thin vertical structures. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Bridging would be an issue. Yeah. That's all good. We'll let it go this time, Joe. Your penance will be watching all of my videos 15,000 times this weekend. Good times. All right. Well, for me, I got nothing. Everybody, have a fantastic weekend, and definitely appreciate the support over the past year. And we'll keep on at it. That looks good, Sean.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm pleased. I'm very pleased with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that turned out really good. You know,
maybe one of these days I'll do a video on something.
It would be a shame if you actually did a video. You know, I mean,
I know. You know what though? I got a lot of B-roll. I'll be honest with you.
There you go.
Make shorts.
Yep. So good times. All right, party people. Well, you all have a great one. An update on birdhouses. I forgot. I did not give an update on the birdhouse situation. Currently, my son has sold about 50 of those little suckers.
Oh wow!
He's delivering 10 more of them tomorrow. So birdhouses sell, I guess, especially if you have a kid that's building them. So,
and it's perfect time of year for them.
Yeah. So, he did a great job with those, and hopefully he continues and does some more fun stuff. So, all right, party people. Well, everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week for episode 50, and halfway to 100. And maybe we'll celebrate our 100,000th subscriber. That's never happening. It's just not.
It sounded good.
We're 98,500 people away from that.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There is a chance that we could do this by next week. The YouTube algorithm would actually have to like me for once. Good times. But all right, party people. We'll see you next week. Thanks again. Peace out. Sauerkraut.
See y'all.